Man, this last year, as the whole election process was going on and all the wildness in our country was taking place, it was like there was this side and that side, and everything was just going, woo. And the whole time I kept thinking, this all seems familiar, right? So that is why I'm saying that 2020 was like deja vu all over again. It hit me the other day. You know what? This whole past year leading up to the election, and maybe even after the election, it was like I was a kid again. And it was Saturday, and I was sitting in front of the TV, and I was watching Godzilla versus Mothra or whatever other animal monster he was facing that day. So you see, you had Godzilla, all right, and Godzilla and Mothra, this other big creature, man. They were just doing everything within their power to destroy one another. They were using all their strengths and all their little fire and everything that they had, and the whole thing, boy, they would fight and fight. And you know what the result was? While they are over here trying to destroy each other and get the best of each other, those of you who have seen the old movies, remember the little bitty cars and everything. You could tell, man, it was so fake. But the little cities were getting trampled, man. The buildings were being crushed and the cars were being kicked around, and everybody was fleeing, scared to death. They were running for their life. Again, when it hit me the other day, I thought, man, that's a lot like what's going on, or I have felt in this last year, and even some now, that you have these two sides, man, and they're just going at each other, and they're all just trying to wreak havoc upon one another and get the best of one another. And in doing so, they tend to trample and beat down all the other people, and they're destroying things all around them. They don't care who or what gets in their way. Boom. But if you also recall in those movies, there was always someone, sometimes it was a scientist or some type of an adventurer, and maybe there was one or two of them, and they got together and they were able to outwit and to come against Godzilla. A lot of times Godzilla would drive off the other creature, and then they would take care of Godzilla. And then it made me think it is the same, because sometimes if we look around and we see all that funk going on around us, man, it's easy to get down and to be fearful and afraid. Two people today, one by the name of Helen, the other by the name of Isiah, that I want to share with you what they wrote and how it can encourage us. The first, Helen Lemmell. You may not know her name, but you know her song more than likely. She wrote a song in 1922. It's called The Heavenly Vision, or as most of us know it, Turn Your Eyes Upon Jesus. You know what? Turn your eyes upon Jesus, look full at his wonderful face, and the things of earth will grow strangely dim. Did I say glow strangely dim? They will grow strangely dim in the light of his glory and grace. Great admonition for us to look to the Lord. Helen was inspired by a tract written by a missionary, and this tract was, what's it called? Maybe it was Focused, and the missionary's last name was Trotter, but it was about focus. It was based on Isaiah 45:22. In Isaiah 45:22, I want to read this to you, make sure I get it right, because this is what Isaiah has to say to us. He says to turn to me and be saved, people all over the world, for I am God and there is none else. A couple things in there. Turn, the word means to look at, to face, and often when we think about God and turning to God, sometimes it's like we go to God, but this whole thing, and it just kind of changes. I mean, it looks, we're getting in his face. My nephew, one of my nephews, he used to have this thing where he would get you by the side of the face and and he would kind of pull you to him and like, do you know me? Do you know me? And it's that kind of thing, I believe, like where it's like, man, we're looking at God and we're right there, man, in his face, and be saved. That is a spiritual salvation. It also testifies to the physical, how that he can deliver us from all that is going on around us. I don't necessarily mean, I'm not talking about, boy, that there's not going to be hard times that we may not suffer, but internally, spiritually, mentally, that he can deliver us. And then the part where it says, there is none other. It's him. There's no other gods that can help us or save us. Hey, I'm Randy Parmer. I hope you enjoyed this little bit of not so crazy talk here in January. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this, would you press the little like button down there? Would you also share it maybe with someone else who you think may be able to benefit from it or gain some insight? We appreciate your support. We look forward to the new year with some more big words made small and not so crazy talk. Thank you. God bless you. And until next time, in the words of G Money, he's back there in this picture, keep on keeping on.